Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, I want to do a 5 things you must know before you start transitioning. If you are currently transitioning, this still applies to you, but these are just 5 things that I wish I had known before starting my transition, just to make your process a lot smoother mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, all of that. If you guys are interested in learning what those 5 things are, don't forget to turn on the alerts so you know when I post my next video, and like and subscribe to my channel, and keep on watching. Alright guys, so tip number 1 is you need to be mentally prepared. And by mentally prepared, I mean you need to be mentally in a space where you're ready to deal with anything that comes along with transitioning. So you have to be ready mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, just ready. So when I'm telling you guys are going to go through, which if you guys are currently going through your transition, you know exactly what I mean. You're going to go through days where you're just so frustrated, you're so upset, things are not going your way. You just have to be mentally in a space where you're just like, it's okay, I will get through this, I will just throw my hair in a bun. You know what I mean? The mental part is the part that stops people in their tracks right away from continuing their transition. I know that I've tried to start my transition, I wanted to start it about 6 years ago, and I haven't been able to fully commit because mentally I wasn't in the space to commit. I wasn't ready to go through all the frustrations that come along with it when your hair is not cooperating. Your hair is not going to cooperate more often than not. So being okay with that and just reminding yourself that it's going to be okay, that it's going to be worth it, it's tough. So you just mentally need to be in a space where you're just solely focused on the goal. You don't care what comes along, you're going to keep working at it no matter what. That's definitely my number 1 tip. So tip number 2, you have to be ready for a huge game of trial and error. So what I mean by that, when I started transitioning about 3-4 years ago, I remember not many curly girls being on the internet. There wasn't as many resources as there are now. There weren't as many tutorials. There were some that were actually starting up, but there weren't so many like there are now. Like, the internet is saturated with curly girls and curly tips and curly tutorials and curly products and all of that. Like, now is a great time to transition. Back when I started transitioning, it was starting to pick up. It wasn't as saturated as it is now. So I would assume if her hair looks like mine, I'm gonna buy those products and my hair's gonna look like that. And you have to be okay with that not being the case. So more often than not, you will buy a ton of products that will not work for you. And just because they don't work for you in that moment doesn't mean they won't work for you later on. So I've actually purchased products in the beginning of my transition that now work phenomenal on me. I think having multiple curl patterns and different curl textures is one of the reasons why products don't work as well. So you have to be okay with purchasing products, hoping that they would work, keeping your fingers crossed, hoping that they would work, and them not working. So that's definitely one of the things. It's a huge, that's what I call it, a huge game of trial and error. So just know, not every product that you see on the internet that works on someone else will work on you, and that's something that you have to be open to. And not every product that says it's going to moisturize and define your curls is going to do exactly that, because if your hair is in a state where it's fried, damaged, there's not many products that could bring it back. There's products that can help bring moisture to it, but they won't bring your curls back, if that makes sense. So something that I do recommend is getting yourself involved in like a curly group. So like maybe Facebook, Instagram. Make a page where you can surround yourself with other curlies going through the same exact process as you are, and maybe you guys can swap products that don't work for you and whatever doesn't work for them. That can be a way to avoid buying products you would have to end up keeping if they don't work for you. So another fun fact is that Sally's also has a phenomenal return policy. So if you don't like a product, if it didn't work for you, you can return it. I mean, don't abuse. So if you try it once and you don't like your results, then return it. But don't try it 6 or 7 times and bring back an empty bottle, because they probably won't return it. So keep that in mind. If you buy a product from Sally's, you can return it used. So tip number 3 is don't expect support from the people around you right away. And I only say this because we get really excited about our journey. We're like, we're gonna buy all these products. We're overwhelming people with our idea of what we want for our hair. Especially if you're coming from an old school like an old school family, old school household. This isn't something that they're woohoo about. They're not against it, but this is not something they're familiar with, something they're aware of. In my case, I've been saying maybe 9 or 10 times before I even started my journey, I said I was going to go natural. They thought it was hilarious. They were like, yeah, whatever, you're not going to do that, because whenever I said that, I'd go to the salon the next week. Just be okay with getting side-eyed when you go places sometimes. Maybe your family's saying like, girl, when are you going to go to the salon? Just be okay with it. They will hop on that bandwagon as well, and you will change their mindset on everything, because once they start seeing that you're happy with what you have and you're working really hard towards getting your curls back and you just seem like you're in a good space, they will totally support you no matter what. And if they don't, you got to keep going at it, because if it's your dream, it's your goal to get your curls back, then you need to be the one to keep pushing. Don't let any external factors get in the way of your goals. So don't let anyone's opinions, anyone's thoughts, anyone's views, any of that get in the way of what you want, which is good, healthy curls. I honestly can't complain about it. My family was very supportive once they saw this is something that I was fully committing to, and my family, the girls in my family still straighten their hair, and that's 100% okay, but they are fully invested in my curly life and support my curly dreams, so that's always dope to have. So if you guys don't have that, that's 100% okay. There's plenty of curly communities online that you can sign up for. Maybe find a group on Facebook. There's a ton of them, all curly related. I'm actually in some of them from the beginning, and I haven't actually left. And it's just a support group of women just giving product suggestions and just talking about their journeys overall. So if you guys need to find one, definitely either do that or get on Instagram. A ton of curly girls that would love to be your friend and help you out and give you some tips. So yeah. Alright, so tip number 4, which I wish I would have known this back then. Heat damage will always hold you back. Always. I've done everything in my power to bring back, or try to bring back, heat damage. It's gone. It's dead. You gotta let that go. Like, what I'm telling you is heat damage will never be the wave at all. I wish more than anything that I would have cut my hair so much sooner. I held on to heat damage expecting to see change, expecting it to come back, and it doesn't come back. Like, there's rare cases where you might be able to bring back something that has a little curl pattern. There are stylists that say, you know, if it has a little wave to it, you could bring it back. In my case, because I don't want to speak for everyone, it is absolutely not true. I gave my heat damage some of the best years of its life, and it did not come back. When I'm telling you, I would deep condition it, I would do everything. I would do everything. It was using good products, great products. Nothing. It was just dead. It would flop. I'll put a side by side so you guys can see. You guys have seen this before, but the second that I let go of heat damage is when my hair started to just flourish. Like, let that heat damage go. Let it go, because it's not gonna come back. And the sooner you cut it, the sooner it grows. And I wish I would have accepted this a lot sooner. I wish I wasn't so big on length and whatever, it's gonna come back. When I'm telling you guys, I worked at getting this heat damage to curl again so badly that it just, I wasted so much time. And now I don't consider it wasted time now, because it's a lesson and it's something that I can actually put out to you guys and tell you, don't do that. Do not make the same mistake I did. I didn't actually get rid of all my heat damage till February of 2019. And I actually had absolutely no intentions of getting rid of my heat damage. It was just, it got to a point where I was like, because my hair is very, very thick, like very, very thick. You guys can see that. It's from like root to tip, my hair is very thick. So when I went for my haircut and she was just trimming my ends and I was holding on to the heat damage and I was just like, oh, whatever, next cut, I'll cut it all off. When I saw that you could literally see the back of my head, like it was just so thin. I was like, you know what? I'm done. Like, I can't do this anymore. And I wish I would have felt that a lot sooner. But again, that also comes with the mental. I mentally was not in the space where I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna cut it off. Because you have to mentally be in that space where you're just like, I'm gonna cut it all off and I'm gonna be okay with it and I'm gonna deal with short hair. It's hard. It is hard. And I'm not gonna sit here and say like, do it, you gotta do it. You don't have to do it, but it does make it a lot better. The sooner you get rid of it, the sooner it'll grow back. If I was able, I'll just give it from my experience, if I was able to go back in time and see how quickly my hair has grown, how quickly my hair has flourished, how quickly my curls would come back, I would have done it a lot sooner. My hair would have been down here if I would have cut it sooner, but you know what? Everything at its own pace. Now I'm mentally in a space where I appreciate health over length. back then I was like, nah, hang time. Like, I'm gonna get my hair, well, no, like I'm over that. All about my hair looking healthy before anything. And tip number 5 is be patient. Be patient. Rome was not built overnight. Your curls were not damaged. Actually, it might have been damaged overnight, but you know what I mean. If you've caused years of damage to your hair, you can't expect your curls to come back overnight. So again, from my experience, I'm surprised I even have hair. I'll be honest with you. I'm surprised I even had any hair left at some point. I used to flat iron my hair with my hair wet. And I remember I'd hear it go, tss, and I literally just like watch the steam and I'm like, you are so crazy. Like, I did not appreciate my hair, and I'm grateful that I'm in a place where I do, and that I can come back and give back and try to help you guys learn to appreciate it soon too. But you gotta be patient. You have to be consistent. You have to have like the willpower to just no heat at all. Like, heat needs to go. You need to throw that out. You can't incorporate heat during your transition. Like, you just can't. Like, no. You might hear people say, once your hair is healthy, you can definitely straighten it once. No, do not listen to these people. Everyone's hair is different. My hair in particular does not like heat. My hair is like, absolutely not. You want to straighten your hair? Okay, I'll show you straight hair, and it'll completely damage. So I haven't personally straightened my hair since I've started this journey, and I have absolutely no intentions of straightening my hair anytime soon, at least not anytime soon. If it crosses your mind, because it still sometimes crosses mine, I'm like, oh, I wonder what my hair would look like straight. Do a protective style, get some braids, do some twists, do something. There's so many things out that you can get your hair done with, and you could do different protective styles. Do that. At one time that you straighten your hair in your transition can bring you 1,000 steps back. So my full-blown recommendation when it comes to your hair and heat, do not use it. Do not. Just be consistent, stay patient, drink your water, mind your business, and that's it. That's all you really need to succeed in your curly hair journey. So, alright guys, so this is the end of this video. I hope you guys liked it. I know that these are 5 tips that I wish I would have known before I started my journey. So I'm just trying to be big sis here, trying to help all of you guys who are going through it right now, and maybe you've contemplated giving up. Don't give up, because it will be worth it. There will be days where you're gonna want to rip all your hair out your head, but when you have a whole head of healthy curls, I promise you, you will be so thankful that you never stopped. So that is all for today's video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything, please comment them down below. But if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the alerts so you know when I post my next video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!